Hello and welcome to BitBoy Crypto. I am your host, BitBoy. If you didn't know, we make videos on this channel every single day. We'd love for you to become part of our community. We call it the Bit Squad. And here at the channel, we are serious about our community. We would love for you to engage with us. Make sure you hit the bell also so you get notified when we have new content. We're giving away $500 worth of Bitcoin. All you got to do is like and comment on this video, but you have to be a subscriber to win. You can check the full description down below. We're getting pretty close to the end of the contest, so make sure to get your entries in. Okay, guys, so today, before we jump into the news, I've been teasing this a little bit. I have a really big announcement as far as the channel goes and the direction that we're going to be taking things. We've been growing very fast over the last couple of weeks, and it's just been very exciting to see the community be even more involved in the channel. And I think that this is something for me that has been like a tidal wave. Crypto, I've been into Bitcoin for a long time, but really just over this last year, I've gotten so into crypto. I'm so passionate about it. I believe in it 100%. I also believe that we are at the start of a financial revolution, and I think it's pretty cool to, even in a small way at this point, but hopefully a bigger way in the future, to play a role in that. And so this week, at my job, my in real life job, we've talked about it a couple weeks. I run an organization. Basically, it's a rehab for teenage boys with drug addictions. And, you know, my passion has just really changed. And over the last couple of weeks, I've really felt like I was being led in the direction to put more emphasis on my channel and maybe kind of close that chapter of my life. I've basically been there for about 10 years now. And, you know, at this point, it's time. I'm going full-time crypto. So I have split with my job, and no longer do I even have a job. I am full-time crypto. I'm dedicating all my time to the channel. I got a lot of other stuff in the works too, which is I'm going to be selling my house, and we're going to be moving to be closer to our family, because the only reason why we live where we live is because of the job that I had. So got a lot of exciting stuff going on. My box is going to have to be taken down at some point that I'm in, that my green screen is in, and things like that. So I don't know what our videos are going to look like for the next couple of weeks. We got to get everything ready to sell the house. Another thing that I'm going to be doing, and you guys will really like this, I think. So I drive a Dodge Challenger. It's really nice. I love that thing. It's a RT. It's a 6-speed. But I've just really, at this point, decided that I need to figure out a way to put every dime that I can into crypto, because I do believe in it so passionately. So, of course, this is for me personally, not financial advice for you. But I'm going to be selling my car also, and I'm going to be putting all of that money into crypto. So I'm going to be looking to put a lot of money in crypto in the next couple of, probably about the next 2 months. So, you know, no offense if you're waiting for the price to go right back up, but I hope it kind of sits right here now, maybe for at least a few more weeks, so I can make those moves. But, you know, my life is changing right now, and crypto is really, it has my heart. And so I want to share that with you guys. I know that it's not crypto news related, but I am going full-time crypto. I'm putting everything into this channel. We're going to be, you know, obviously, you guys know I demonetize with YouTube. So, of course, we'll have to do paid reviews from time to time, but we'll always let you know when they're sponsored and things like that. But for the next couple of weeks, while I'm getting everything ready, I've got to paint this week and do all kinds of stuff. We may not be able to do 2 videos every day, but once we get settled and we get moved to the new house we're going to be moving to, then, you know, I don't know, maybe we do definitely 2 videos every day. We might be able to up it to 3. I've got some other fun projects I want to work on too, which is my, you know, BitBoy and Hodl, the cartoon series. If you guys are new to the channel, you can go to our episodes playlist and check out some of those videos. Really looking to doing that. I got another parody video that's going to be coming out pretty soon. So I got a lot of stuff in the works and I'm really excited about. So I wanted to share that with the community, because if it wasn't for the Bit Squad and this incredible community that we've got, I would have thought that I would have a chance to do this. But now, with us selling our house and having, you know, some cash flow and stuff, it gives me some time to really build up this channel and turn it into, you know, I want to be the best channel on YouTube as far as crypto goes. So we're never going to be as tech heavy as someone like Ivan on Tech. We're probably never going to have the relationships with the projects like someone like Crypto Beatles has. But I think in terms of news and just popular crypto culture, I want to be the premier destination. So just thank you, everybody, for all the support and watching us grow, and especially for you guys I call the Bit Squad founding members. You guys know who you are. Big shout out to you guys. Been with me since day one, and really excited to see what the future holds. So that's pretty much my announcement. Let's jump in. You know what? If you remember on a live stream a couple weeks ago, I said I was thinking about selling my house. So maybe it's not a surprise if you've been watching. But let's get to the markets. Right now, the markets are at $215 billion, so they're not doing fantastic. And Bitcoin dominance is now almost at 51%, so it is rising, which is very bad news for the altcoins. And as you're looking at the markets, you'll see Bitcoin is up today at 63.72. So very interesting that Bitcoin is up, but the markets are not really reflecting an overall increase in the market cap. And this, of course, is due to the Bitcoin dominance rising. I mean, if you look in the top 10 here, you have Bitcoin at 3.5%, and Ethereum and XRP are both down at 2% and 4% respectively. Litecoin down a shade, Cardano down 1.5%, and it's really checkered all the way down, which is pretty unusual for the giant candle that we got out of Bitcoin today. So biggest winners of the day, nothing over 5% other than Waves and Next. So just not a lot of huge gains today. But if we look at the losses, we do have several in the 2 to 9% range. And then, of course, we have Aurora, Elf, and Ontology that are both down big today. Neo also down 3.5%. Neo is just tanking. It's at $19. What's the meme going around right now that's real funny? Or somebody screenshotted a tweet where it said that Neo is thinking of rebranding to Ant Shares. It's tough times in crypto right now. But I do think that, I do believe when we look at the price of Bitcoin itself, that $6,000 number that we've been looking at for so long now, in terms of, we've talked about many times, the miners could possibly be manipulating the markets, i.e., most countries, for them to mine Bitcoin, the profitability level is $6,000. So when it drops below that, it's not profitable. Now, in some other countries where power is not as expensive, it can go as low as $4,000 and still be profitable. So that $6,000 number isn't necessarily the end-all, be-all. However, I watched a video by I Love Crypto, and I'll tell you what, I'm so impressed with that guy. If you guys are not subscribed to his channel, go to his channel, subscribe to him. That guy is on point. I had the opportunity to have lunch with him the other day, along with Crypto Love, and I had actually never met him or even really followed his channel or watched his videos. But after talking with him personally, that's a guy you guys should be watching. I promise you. He provides so much value. Just today, he came out with a video talking about how Bitmain could actually be pushing the price down because they have cheaper power rates. So that's pretty interesting. But as we've said before, that $6,000 line, we have such strong support there that it really seems like that every time it gets there, it just bounces straight back up with a giant candle. And it might have something to do with the miner profitability level. And you think about it, who were the people that were mining Bitcoin 5-6 years ago? They're whales now. If you were mining Bitcoin 5 years ago, you're a whale. And so those whales have so many Bitcoins that they can control the price. So if your profitability level is 6,000 and Bitcoin dips under it, then basically you could buy the price back up and manipulate the markets and get it back over 6,000. And I think that we've been talking about this theory for a couple months now, and it seems to hold true. So until we break down below 6,000 for more than 24 hours, I'm going to stick with, I think that is what is going on. So very interesting. So let's look at a couple news stories today that, in my opinion, are absolutely huge, especially the first two we're going to look at, and then the third one is also very interesting. So by leaving Coinbase's board, Facebook's David Marcus removes a potential conflict as the social network ramps up its crypto strategy. So David Marcus works for Facebook in the blockchain sector, but now he's also been, let me start this over. He works for Facebook in the blockchain sector, but he's also been sitting on the board of Coinbase. So now he's been forced, I'm sure it was an amicable force, to step down from Coinbase, from the board. And so you would say, well, why is that even important? Well, if you're sitting on a board of an organization, this is very key here. If you're sitting on a board of an organization and you are working for a different organization or company, would be a better way to say that, it's a conflict of interest if there were a purchase of one or the other. So if Facebook were to buy Coinbase and David Marcus was sitting on the board of Coinbase, then that would be a conflict of interest. So I've told you guys, this is coming. By the end of next year, Facebook is going to buy Coinbase. Facebook has got to find another way to stay relevant in the ever-changing world that we're in, and Coinbase is their avenue to do it. And I hear people make these comments all the time, like, well, will Coinbase sell? Facebook's worth $400 billion. Coinbase is worth $8 billion. If they want to buy it, they're going to buy it. There's going to be no question about it. So the only other option in my mind, other than Facebook buying Coinbase with this news today, would be that maybe Facebook is going to start its own crypto exchange, and that could also be a conflict of interest. But either way, and I think it was Pomp who said this on Twitter. I think it was him. Maybe it was someone else. It said, unpopular opinion, Facebook will be the most important company in the entire crypto movement. And what was meant by that was not like it's a great crypto company, but the moves that they're going to make with Coinbase or by launching their own exchange, whatever it will be the way that mass adoption comes in. Because we know almost everyone, except for me, because I cut my Facebook account, is on Facebook. And, I don't know, if they start a crypto exchange, like that would actually allure me maybe to come back. So very interesting news today. You guys keep an eye on this story because in my mind, I believe Facebook and Coinbase I believe Facebook is going to buy Coinbase, and this is going to be absolutely huge for crypto. And that is when we will see the price go parabolic, in my opinion. Now, I also think in, November, when backed BAKT or BAKKT, can't remember, basically the platform that we've been talking about with the New York Stock Exchange's parent company, ICE, wanting to create a platform where you can buy, sell, spin, and trade cryptocurrency, that's supposed to be live in November. And then you can actually spend your crypto at Starbucks or some other companies. Now, technically, you're not spending your crypto because they've got a way that when you buy a product, let's say at Starbucks, it'll immediately convert it to fiat for Starbucks. They're not going to have a crypto wallet. But still, that's going to be absolutely huge. We've seen Kim Kardashian recently Snapchatting about Bitcoin. So we just got so many things going on right now in the space that are positive, bullish news. But I think Facebook and Coinbase, their partnership, whatever it's going to look like, will be absolutely huge for crypto and for mainstream and for the financial revolution that we're taking part in. So next we have Turkey's residents resort to cryptocurrency as Turkish lira falls free, or free falls, excuse me. We talked last week on Monday with Andre from 1 Minute Economics, and he was talking about a looming financial crisis, but it wasn't like a doomsday scenario he was giving, just saying like, look, this is kind of the direction we're going, talking about a lot of the unrest in a lot of the European countries and things like that. We've already seen Venezuela and Iran, both, of course, Venezuela's project is a little further along, but both of them announcing that they're going to be moving to cryptocurrency as their national currency. I know at least Venezuela is doing that. I'm not sure if Iran is really in preliminary stages or if they're pressing forward with it. And I actually have a friend in the Satoshi Droppers, Javier, who lives in Venezuela, and he says even in Venezuela, like they all realize that Petro, which is the Venezuelan cryptocurrency, is a scam. But moving on to Turkey, the lira, which is their currency, the bottom has dropped out of it. It has been down absolutely huge just over the last year, and the government is actually encouraging people to sell anything they have that's valuable and put it back into the lira, which is so crazy. Like, let's take all our money and put it back into something that's failing. It doesn't really make sense. But as far as crypto goes, we've also talked about a lot how John McAfee's prediction of the $1 million Bitcoin doesn't have as much to do with the value of Bitcoin, but the decreasing value of fiat. And so we're already seeing that. I thought Italy was probably going to be the next country we were going to see, but now Turkey has become that country that is falling in economic crisis. A lot of people think it could be due to Donald Trump kind of battling with Turkey in the recent days, how there's been a lot of tensions and things like that. between the two countries. And of course, we know wherever Donald Trump goes, he creates tension. It may be a good thing, it may be a bad thing, just depending on your perspective. We don't get political here on the channel. But I think this is just an absolutely huge story. We're starting to see that when people see the value of their money going down, cryptocurrency, or Bitcoin specifically, is 100% scarce economic value. So you can get it and know that it's not necessarily going to hold its value because of the volatility, but in terms of crypto in general and Bitcoin in general, like, because of the limited supply of it and the demand is ever increasing, it makes sense that the price of that will go up, while the price of your fiat always goes down because of inflation. So, and that's just because you can print more and more of it. So another huge story you guys got to keep your eyes on. This could affect the entire world crypto scene. Last story we're going to talk about, CZ says that we don't list coins even if they pay 400 or 4,000 Bitcoins. ETH, NEO, XRP, EOS, XMR, LTC, Ethereum, NEO, Ripple, XRP, EOS, Monero, and Litecoin were all listed and more without a fee. The question is not how much does Binance charge to the list, but is my coin good enough? If it's not the fee, it's your project. Focus on your own project. So exchanges have been, and of course, crap coins is what he was talking about, not just regular coins. They won't list crap coins if they are bad projects, is basically what he's saying, no matter how much they pay. But all of these centralized exchanges, such as Binance, even though they do have a DEX coming out, have been catching a lot of heat for the practices that they use to put coins onto their sites or onto their exchanges. Vitalik has talked, he actually said he hopes centralized exchanges burn in hell a couple of weeks ago. So it's interesting to me that CZ really felt like he had to come out and say this and defend what Binance is doing, because yes, they do charge a fee, but Binance is really leading the crypto world, and we look at them as something that is a company that is doing very, very well and trying to do good by the community. Yes, they're taking fees. Yes, they are charging listing fees. But, it's kind of like, if you don't charge someone anything and you just say, oh, yeah, just come on my exchange, then how do you know that they're serious? Kind of like what we saw with the BitFi wallet, how the company said, okay, we're going to send this wallet out to you. If you can hack it, we'll give you $250,000, but you got to pay us $10 for us to send you the wallet. We will load that onto the wallet. And what they said is, we just want to make sure that we get serious inquiries only. And so if you want to be on Binance, like, you can't be some random coin that just started yesterday. You can't go to the Waves platform and just make a coin or make a token right now and then say, hey, Binance, list this. No, they want serious projects on there. And so by doing the fee, they're able to weed out the serious ones and the ones that have already raised the money they need to raise from the ones that haven't and that probably aren't going to do it. So yes, within centralized exchanges, manipulation is rampant. Some of them are asking, not Binance, but some of these exchanges are asking coins that want to be listed on them to use fake bots for trading in order to pump the price up, especially right after the listing. So Binance is not sketchy like that, but the world of centralized exchanges in general is sketchy. So like I said before, I don't feel like CZ really needed to respond to this, for the simple fact that I feel like Binance is just kind of above everything else right now. Kind of like he said the other day, like Coinbase is not, Coinbase is not our competitor. We're doing everything we're doing for the crypto space. So it's just very odd he said that, and then he came out and said this, feeling like he had to defend himself. So just very interesting. A lot of stuff going on in the crypto world. Not a ton of altcoin news going on right now, though, because I'm sure they're all kind of holding their news back, for the simple fact that if they did post it right now, it wouldn't get any traction. So we'll probably wait to see some Bitcoin dominance either go down or either peak out, whatever it might be, before we start getting a lot more news on the altcoins. You got to be pretty discouraged if you're an altcoin team right now, just due to the markets. You got a long-term perspective on it, but obviously in the short term, things have not been good for the altcoins, and I don't expect them to get a ton better. Hopefully they don't get a ton better before I can sell my house. The market's hot right now, so hopefully I can sell it within the next, I'm hoping 4 to 6 weeks, but I think September is when we will see kind of things turn around no matter what. So you guys just, be smart. Don't lose money right now. Wait for good entry points and, listen to people who you feel like know what they're talking about with TA and things like that. But of course, nothing I say is financial advice. So guys, thank you so much for watching. big shout out to everybody who's been smashing the like button, to all the Bit Squad that's been here. You guys have been here since day one. You guys have just showed up. I love each and every one of you guys. Until next time, BitBoy out.